With OP08 coming out this weekend, I thought, why not build day 1 deck list for all 6 of the new leaders? As they are day 1 deck list, please don't take the deck list too seriously, but instead take it as a base idea on how to go about building each leader. We'll be going through the leaders in order. Yesterday we went over the chopper leader, so for this video I'll be talking to you about the new carrot leader. So let's talk about the leader first. Carrot is a green leader with the Minx type with 5 life and 5k power. Its effect is activate main once per turn. If you have a Minx character on the field, you can rest one of your opponent's cost 5 or lower character. Her effect is similar to Perona, but there are a few benefits of running Carrot over Perona, such as the leader specific cards, as well as having 1 extra life than Perona. Minx card has been in the game as early as OP01 and OP02, but we've only finally received a Minx leader and support for it 8 sets later. Looking through the OP08 support for Minx, the strategy seems to be locking down rested characters similar to what 10 cost Doffy does. For this video I'll be sharing with you my take on Carrot. I do feel that the Doffy Pirates does have synergy with the Minx cards, but for this video I won't be talking about that list. Leaders like Perona and Zoro and Sanji can easily use all of the new Minx support cards. So here's the list. Starting off, we have 4 copies of Wanda. She is the searcher of the deck, allowing you to add Minx cards from the top 5 cards of your deck. Next, I'm taking 2 copies of Shishilian. His effect is on play, pay 2 dons, active one of your cost 5 or less Minx character. This card allows you to push for more attacks, and you can also combo this card with your 5 cost Carrot to lock another character down. Next, we have Milky, a Milky Reindeer. Her effect is you can rest her, active one of your dons. I don't think you want to play her down as she can be easily removed, so she is better off used as a 2k counter instead. Next, I'm running 4 copies of Izo. On play, rest 4 cost or lower character, and he's also a 2k counter. So if I'm running the Doffy Pirates package, this card can easily be replaced by Sugar instead. Next, we are running 3 copies of Bartolomeo. He is a blocker but also synergizes well with the leader's effect to allow you to draw 1, discard 1 when you use a card effect to rest something, which is what your leader does anyway. Next, I'm running 4 copies of Pedro. Pedro is a blocker, and on KO you can pick one of the following effects. You either rest one of your opponent's Dawn or KO one of your opponent's rested 6 cost or lower character. This card itself has so much value because firstly you can block 1 attack, then you can potentially KO one of your opponent's rested character. Then I'm running 3 copies of Law, mainly to reuse your searchers, Shishilian or Izo. He's also a blocker and has 5 costs, which is important as we are running Corazon. Next, I'm running 4 copies of Carrot from OP02. She is there for the 2k counter, but in the event you play her down, you get an active Dawn at the end of your turn. You don't really want to play her down since you don't have any use for active Dawns during the opponent's turn. Next is the new Inu Arashi, which is a 5 cost character, and its effect is, if your leader is a Minx, 2 of your opponent's cost 5 or lower rested character can't active during the next refresh phase, similar to 10 cost Doffy. This is a really good card when going up against Red Purple Law and even Black Yellow Luffy. Being 5 cost means you can also cheat it out using your 8 cost Corazon. For our last 5 cost character, I'm running the new Carrot. Firstly, she's a 5 cost means she can be cheated out with Corazon. Next, her effect is on play or on attack, your opponent's rested 7 cost or lower character cannot active during the next refresh phase. Again, similar to 10 cost Doffy. She is really strong because you can pair her up with Shishilian to reactive her and attack again, as her effect is not once per turn. Now we are moving on to our boss characters. I'm running 3 copies of Corazon. He protects your active 5 cost characters, which we are playing a couple of, and also cheats out 5 cost characters for free. A really good card with value when playing him on curve. Finally, for our last character, I'm running 4 copies of Zoro. If I'm running the Doffy Pirates package, this Zoro would be the 10 cost Doffy instead. I'm running Zoro in here because it is really good against yellow decks, Black Yellow Luffy, and black decks, especially with the release of the new event that we are playing 2 copies of next. So the card is, we won't sell our friends to the enemies. Effect is, by resting 2 of your characters, all your characters cannot be killed by effects. This is really good when paired with your Zoro because this means against black, yellow and purple, they won't have any way to remove your Zoro unless you get red rock or bounce back to hand if you're playing against blue. Our last event for the deck, Electrical Luna. I feel this is a really strong card for every green deck. It is a generic card with the effect all of your opponent's 7 cost or lower characters cannot active during the next refresh phase. So imagine 10 cost Doffy being 3 Dons. So being able to lock your opponent's field is very strong, and this is basically a kryptonite for red purple lore decks. Finally, for our last card, I'm playing 3 copies of Zo, a stage card with 2 effects. The first one is activate main, rest this stage. If your leader is a Minx, active one of your Don. This is good because you get to play with 1 extra Don during your turn. The other effect is during your end turn, active one of your Minx character. This protects your Minx from being attacked, and if it is a 5 cost character and you have a Corazon on the field, it will also be protected from KO by effects. So that is my take on the green carrot deck list. For now, out of all the leaders in OP08, I feel carrot is ranked not the highest but also not the lowest, so somewhere in the middle. Let's revisit the leader again after the release of OP08. Let me know in the comments what changes or ideas you have for the carrot leader deck. I might make a deck profile for the Zoro Sanji Minx deck or even a Perona Minx deck if this video gets to 100 likes. If you've enjoyed this video, give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be uploading the Marco leader deck profile tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Also follow me on Twitter or X for more One Piece TCG content, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.